This is a very important thing which I would like to talk about now. That is my Jimron. What is the Jimron motivational speech? Jimron is the person is renowned motivational speaker and personal development coach who emphasized the importance of self-discipline in achieving success and personal growth. Here are a few key principles on self discipline from Jim Rohn. Take control of your life. According to Jim Rohn, self discipline begins with taking control of your life. By being in charge of your life means you are taking the responsibility. It involves accepting the responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. So, for you to be able to respond to your life, it's not about reacting, it is about responding. Reacting is an impulse oriented life, it is always inspire short term rewards rather than thinking about the long term results. So, taking control of your life, I'm just going to read about everything now and then I will explain in each part later. So, it involves accepting responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. Recognize that you have the power to shape your destiny and make choices that align with your goals and values. Second is set clear goals. Define your goals clearly and specifically. Set both short term and long term goals that are meaningful to you. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to stay disciplined and focus on your objectives. Third is make a plan. Develop a plan of action to reach your goals into smaller, to break down your goals into smaller manageable steps and create a timeline. Develop a plan of action to reach your goals. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps and create a timeline. A well structured plan helps you stay organized and motivated, making it easier to maintain self discipline. 4. Prioritize and eliminate distractions. Prioritize your tasks and tasks based on importance and urgency. They identify activities or distractions that hinder your progress and take steps to eliminate or minimize them. Allocate your time and energy to the most important tasks, MITs, that align with your goals. Prioritize and eliminate distractions is very important. Prioritize your tasks based on importance and urgency. Identify activities or distractions that hinder your progress and take steps to eliminate or minimize them. Also allocate your time and energy to the most important tasks that align with your goals. 5. Develop good habits. Cultivate positive habits that support your goals. Consistently engage in activities that contribute to your personal and professional growth. Whatever it is reading, exercising, practicing a skill, or networking. Make these activities a part of your routine to reinforce self discipline. 6 is about practice delayed gratification. Self discipline often requires sacrificing short term pleasures for long term rewards. Learn to delay gratification and resist impulsive behaviors. Instead, focus on the bigger picture and fulfillment that comes from achieving your goals. Seventh is stay motivated and inspired. Surround yourself with positive influences and seek inspiration from successful individuals. Read books, listen to motivational speeches, attend seminars, and connect with like minded individuals. Continuous motivation and inspiration can help you stay disciplined and committed to your goals. Remember that self discipline is a skill that can be developed through consistent practice. It requires self awareness, self control, and willingness to make choices that align with your goals and values. By incorporating these principles into your life, you can cultivate self discipline and create the foundation for personal and professional success. So once again I am going to just uh, tell you about the main crux of the point here. Self discipline is nothing about the love you have for your life. It is about love you have for your life because you give importance to the self. Self is the more important thing. Without self, there is no discipline. So we are always wanting discipline from others, in the sense if others are not pushing us we are not going forward. So you always seek some motivation, some inspiration from others rather than searching it for inside, from inside in our own thoughts. Okay, you can get a lot of things from others. That doesn't, you should not depend on others for science, for sustained self discipline. This self discipline is about sustaining. If it is not sustaining, means it is just a motivation is that's the spark, the passion, the feeling that will last very short term, because that's not the going to give you the lasting results. So when you love your life means you take control of it, and then that involves what, accepting the responsibility. And then if you love it, if you love self, that means you are responding to the self. Responding to the self, you have to have the clear sense of self, means you have to be aware of what your goals, what your values, what is your weaknesses, strengths and opportunities, and you should recognize these things, and you, based on that, you must analyze yourself so that you will become to know about yourself. Then you will understand the how to take control of the things, how to make my strengths much more better, and the weaknesses by reducing the influence of my weaknesses, so that is able to respond. You must know this thing. And then recognizing that you have the power to shape your destiny, that is your having this conviction that I can do, I have the power to shape my destiny and make choices. Because of that only you will be able to decide what is, what gives you, what shapes your destiny, so that that align with your goals and values. So here you next is the thing is that set clear goals. It is, everybody knows that, clear goals, clear goals, clear goals. But what happened when you set clear goals? Then you define your goals clearly and specifically. Set both short term and long term goals that are meaningful to you. So, if you don't want to waste your life, then you must set a meaningful goals. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, this clear vision, that's a sense of direction for your mind. If you find it, then you can have the power to not to be influenced by the distractions and entertainment, or the short term pleasures which are going to take you astray from your right path. That is the thing. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to stay disciplined and focused on your objectives. Next is make a plan. It's a very vital thing nowadays. Because of lack of clear goals, you don't have the plans. Goals are just without plans are just not going to work. So clear plan, have develop a plan of action to reach your goals. Break down your goals into smaller manageable steps and create a timeline. Very important. Without timeline, that is just a wish. If it is a if it is a dream, then you must say, give timelines for each, okay, small manageable steps. That steps must be having a clear timeline. Each step you must take by this time. By this time you must complete this step, these steps. So having this smaller manageable steps and create a timeline is very important. That creates a pressure, that creates a focus, and a well structured plan helps you stay organized and motivated, making it easier because of having the pressure that will push you, okay, that easier to maintain self discipline. It gives the buoyancy to actually make it easier. That's why you can able to maintain discipline. Then fourth is prioritize and eliminate distractions. Prioritize your tasks based on importance and urgency. You know that the quadruple table where you can urgent, important, when important and urgent, this is the first quadrant, and the second quadrant is important but not urgent, and the third quadrant where you see important but not urgent, third quadrant. And the first year is that urgent but not important. Here the fourth quadrant is, it's simply not urgent and not important. So on that basis you must clearly define what are the important and urgent tasks, and so on that quadruple matrix you must prioritize, you must give the priority for that, so that that's important, that's valuable for you. Identify activities or distractions that hinder your progress. Those activities where you are in social media, where you are eating and sleeping and you're not actually doing any valuable thing for your life. So that's why identify activities and distractions that hinder your progress for the purpose of entertainment, for the purpose of just having the stimuli, having the kick, the dopamine kick. You are eating, you are consuming, you are becoming consumer most of the time because of the small dopamine kick, dopamine hit. So that you should not be with this loop where you will be trapped for your life, and then you lost every time and opportunity. And that's why I'm saying here prioritization is very vital when it comes to things. Then you should not be um, always search for the right feelings to come, so that you can take the right action. It should not be the case. While you should always work beyond your mood, beyond your passions, because all this mood will not gives the motive, will not give the momentum. So create momentum first, and then that will create the mood. So momentum is more important than mood. So for that momentum to be created, you must start taking action first, and just do it now. This is the principle. Just do it now within 5 seconds. And this 5-second rule is there, where the Mel Robbins create this to to overcome the mental resistance, that is inertia of your mind. To overcome that, you should count from 5 to 1, and within that 5 seconds you must take the first step, so that otherwise this mind create the resistance for you not to take action. So that's why I always tell you this thing. You identify activities or distractions, because these distractions and activities that hinder your progress, and take steps to eliminate or minimize them. Like digital detox is the one thing where you can install in your mobile, and you can use it to, so that you can avoid those wi-fi connection. You can avoid the screen time, you can reduce the screen time, or eliminate it completely, so that you can be fully focused. Because nowadays the digital media is the much more time consuming and life consuming, because of which you should be in a certain times you should avoid it, particularly after 10 and before 4. And this time must be your sleep time, so that you will be rejuvenated, you will be recovered, and you will come stronger for the next day. So that's why I'm saying allocate your time and energy to the most important tasks that align with your goals, for which you need to avoid these impulses, and by using all the technology. And this technology will help you if you really use it, if you use it according to your goals and values. 5 is develop good habits. Cultivate positive habits. Good is nothing but positive that support your goals. Positive means that support your goals. And consistently engage in activities that contribute to your personal and professional growth. Whether it's reading, exercising, practicing skill, or networking, make these activities a part of your routine to reinforce self discipline. So here the good habits such as exercising, such as reading and practicing skills, and the and net or networking or communication skills, these are the things where you will do, where you are doing it because of the habits you formed. Those good habits which are initially because difficult for you, because you are not uh, you know setting the stage for you. And so start small and develop it gradually. And the same thing, the same formula, the habit is nothing but cue, trigger, and cue, that is trigger. And then you are getting, that is then you set your motion, and that is called the action. And when the action arrives, you will get the reward. This reward creates the craving for you to again to do the same thing again, that is loop. So here when you are developing good habits also, you should also do that same thing, where you cue is nothing but the obvious thing, the easy thing, the when you are in atomic habits, that is the very much important. When you are saying that, when you are setting any good habits, you make it easier, you make it obvious, and you make it satisfying, and you make it attracting, appeal, it must appeal to your senses also. So that's why you should see whether you can do it in that aspects. And then those must be good habits, must be like this matlab that I'll contribute to your goals. So reinforce the routine and reinforce self discipline and practice delayed gratification. Here you must see always that those things which are giving you, you know, a lot of pleasure in the short term, instantly, that should be delayed. Delayed. Supposedly, if you say, I am having a tea, I can mix sugar, I can mix milk, okay, but that is not tea. Tea is the only made of tea powder only, but you can't eat it. You can't drink it directly, because that is difficult. That is not giving you any pleasure. So instant gratification means you want the instant gratification, because of which you add milk and sugar. But if you want to get benefit out of the tea, then you have to consume the thing which is not going to give you that instant pleasure. So the maximum benefit if you want to get, the long term benefit if you want to get from your tea, then you must eliminate this self gratification demon. That demon will consume you and will not give you the chance to reach your goals or make your progress. But for which you always should learn to delay gratification. Okay, you tell to yourself that I will not, okay, I will not have that pleasure now, I will have it in future course of action. Tomorrow I will have it. No, so now let me do the difficult task today or now. Let my gratification be delayed for tomorrow. So this way you're always telling it to yourself, that instead of telling that I am going to have it, uh, I'm going to have it tomorrow, whatever the difficult thing, if you are going to postpone it, and even if you are not conscious enough to take this decision, to delay this gratification, and you will always be second, you will always be a failure, or uh, you will always be a failure. That's why learn to delay gratification and resist impulsive behaviors. Instead, focus on the bigger picture, and the fulfillment that comes from achieving the goals. And that is the crux of the matter. And you must always focus on that bigger picture. You must always see long term results of having milk and sugar, long term consequences having. You can imagine, for example, Visualize that a person who is consuming sugar for long over years and he is getting overweight, he is getting cardiovascular diseases, lifestyle diseases, and all these things. And if you eliminate sugar, if you eliminate milk, you can see yourself, imagine yourself, the you have lean muscular body where you can perform at better level, perform better, and you can achieve everything you want just by avoiding a small sugar and milk for a day today. So if you are repeating this today, every day, if you are today every day, that will become every day, and that will give you long term. You can see the after 1 year the consequence, the results of which you are going to be benefited. So that's why always focus on the long term results instead of having, you know, pleasurable things. Instead of choosing the pleasurable things, I am choosing the uh, painful things, but having that long term vision. That's love for love, embrace the pain. Okay, that is the crux of the matter while you are doing this thing. Stay motivated and inspired. You must surround yourself with positive influences and seek inspiration from successful individuals. Read books, listen to motivational stuff, and continuous motivation and inspiration can help you stay disciplined and committed to your goals. So I'm always telling you that the reading of books is very important, and the listening to motivational speeches are important. Attend seminars and connect with like-minded individuals. That's what is gives you motivation always and inspiration always. So continuous motivation and inspiration can help you stay disciplined, committed to your goals. Remember that self-discipline is a key that can be developed through consistent practice. It requires self-awareness, self-control, and willingness to make choices that align with your goals. That choices are mostly hard, difficult, but you must see the long term long term you know long term rewards. Long term rewards are long term bigger picture. When you see that bigger picture, almost that you will love for that difficult things, because that will become your dearest things for you now, because having that long term bigger picture or the thinking big perspective. When you have this thing, by incorporating these principles into your life, you can cultivate self discipline and create a foundation for personal and professional success. Okay, now just I'm going to tell you about all this thing in a జిమ్ రాన్ ఒక ప్రఖ్యాత ప్రేరణాత్మక వక్త మరియు వ్యక్తిగత అభివృద్ధి కోచ్. అతను విజయం మరియు వ్యక్తిగత వృద్ధిని సాధించడంలో క్రమశిక్షణ యొక్క ప్రాముఖ్యతను నొక్కి చెప్పాడు. జిమ్ రాన్ నుండి స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణపై కొన్ని కీలక సూత్రాలు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి. మీ జీవితంపై నియంత్రణ తీసుకోండి. జిమ్ రాన్ ప్రకారం స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణ మీ జీవితాన్ని నియంత్రించడం ద్వారా ప్రారంభమవుతుంది. ఇది మీ చర్యలు, నిర్ణయాలు మరియు ఫలితాలకు బాధ్యతను అంగీకరించడం, మీ విధిని రూపొందించే శక్తి మీకు ఉందని గుర్తించడం, మరియు మీ లక్ష్యాలు మరియు విలువలకు అనుగుణంగా ఎంపికలు చేయడం, స్పష్టమైన లక్ష్యాలను సెట్ చేయడం. మీ లక్ష్యాలను స్పష్టంగా మరియు ప్రత్యేకంగా నిర్వచించండి. మీకు అర్థవంతమైన స్వల్పకాలిక మరియు దీర్ఘకాలిక లక్ష్యాలను సెట్ చేయండి. మీరు ఏమి సాధించాలనుకుంటున్నారో దాని గురించి మీకు స్పష్టమైన దృష్టి ఉన్నప్పుడు క్రమశిక్షణతో మరియు మీ లక్ష్యాలపై దృష్టి పెట్టడం సులభం అవుతుంది. 3, ఒక ప్రణాళికను రూపొందించండి. మీ లక్ష్యాలను చేరుకోవడానికి కార్యాచరణ ప్రణాళికను రూపొందించండి. మీ లక్ష్యాలను నిర్వహించదగిన దశలుగా విభజించి కాలక్రమాన్ని సృష్టించండి. చక్కటి నిర్మాణాత్మక ప్రణాళిక మీరు క్రమబద్ధంగా మరియు ప్రేరణతో ఉండటానికి సహాయపడుతుంది. ఇది స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణను సులభతరం చేస్తుంది. 4, పరధ్యానానికి ప్రాధాన్యత ఇవ్వండి మరియు తొలగించండి. ప్రాముఖ్యత మరియు ఆవశ్యకత ఆధారంగా మీ పనులకు ప్రాధాన్యత ఇవ్వండి. మీ పురోగతికి ఆటంకం కలిగించే కార్యకలాపాలు లేదా పరధ్యానాలను గుర్తించండి మరియు వాటిని తొలగించడానికి లేదా తగ్గించడానికి చర్యలు తీసుకోండి. మీ లక్ష్యాలకు అనుగుణంగా ఉండే అత్యంత ముఖ్యమైన పనులకు మీ సమయాన్ని మరియు శక్తిని కేటాయించండి. 5 మంచి అలవాట్లను పెంపొందించుకోండి. మీ లక్ష్యాలకు మద్దతు ఇచ్చే సానుకూల అలవాట్లను పెంపొందించుకోండి. మీ వ్యక్తిగత మరియు వృత్తిపరమైన వృద్ధికి దోహదపడే కార్యకలాపాలలో స్థిరంగా పాల్గొనండి. ఇది చదవటం కావచ్చు, రాయటం, వ్యాయామం చేయడం, నైపుణ్యాన్ని అభ్యసించడం లేదా నెట్వర్కింగ్ వంటివి అయినా స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణను బలోపేతం చేయడానికి ఈ కార్యకలాపాలను మీ దినచర్యలో భాగంగా చేసుకోండి. 6 ఆలస్యమైన సంతృప్తిని ఆలస్యమైన సంతృప్తిని పాటించండి. స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణకు దీర్ఘకాలిక బహుమతుల కోసం స్వల్పకాలిక ఆనందాలను త్యాగం చేయటం తరచుగా అవసరం. సంతృప్తిని ఆలస్యం చేయడం మరియు హఠాత్తు ప్రవర్తనలను నిరోధించడం నేర్చుకోండి. బదులుగా మీ లక్ష్యాలను సాధించడం ద్వారా వచ్చే పెద్ద చిత్రం లేదా నెరవేర్పుపై దృష్టి పెట్టండి. 7 ప్రేరణతో ఉండండి. సానుకూల ప్రభావాలతో మిమ్మల్ని చుట్టుముట్టండి మరియు విజయవంతమైన వ్యక్తుల నుండి ప్రేరణ పొందండి. పుస్తకాలు చదవండి, ప్రేరణాత్మక ప్రసంగాలు వినండి, సెమినార్లకు హాజరవ్వండి మరియు భావరూప్యత కల వ్యక్తులతో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి. నిరంతర ప్రేరణ మరియు ప్రేరణ మీరు క్రమశిక్షణతో మరియు మీ లక్ష్యాలకు కట్టుబడి ఉండటానికి సహాయపడుతుంది. స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణ అనేది స్థిరమైన అభ్యాసం ద్వారా అభివృద్ధి చేయగల నైపుణ్యం అని గుర్తుంచుకోండి. దీనికి స్వీయ అవగాహన, స్వీయ నియంత్రణ మరియు మీ లక్ష్యాలు మరియు విలువలకు అనుగుణంగా ఎంపిక చేయడానికి సముఖత అవసరం. ఈ సూత్రాలను మీ జీవితంలో చేర్చడం ద్వారా మీరు స్వీయ క్రమశిక్షణను పెంపొందించుకోవచ్చు మరియు వ్యక్తిగత మరియు వృత్తిపరమైన విజయానికి పునాదిని సృష్టించవచ్చు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.